Okay, we are recording. So it is September somehow already, and there are really great things happening. We just talked about how, for one, this is a time when our industry really explodes, both in retail and people are looking for a way to make some Christmas cash. They're everybody's getting back in the swing of things. People are more open to change right now because there's just kind of been that change of the seasons. So it's a great time for people to join us from a business perspective, which is awesome also. In addition to that, there is so much going on at Bioseutica that it's kind of crazy how quickly things are changing. Our CEO and the team there is really working hard to upgrade products, to really have us be at the forefront of what's happening, and also to get the word out there. So there's still the opportunity to be recording your video, and we have a great training about that. So you can record your video for Facebook and they will place it for free and you will get the ads, which is amazing. Also, there's just lots of opportunities for leads coming our way as we grow our businesses. And then I'm going to tell you about this month's special. So the special for this month is the My Vitamins intro set, and it's 24% off. So I just printed off the newsletter. It's $150, right guys? Am I remembering the right number? It says it's 24% off, but I don't have the number written on my newsletter. So I think that's right, $150, which is a pretty amazing deal for a month's supply of nutrition, right? The Prime Essentials, 3 lab panels. If you went anywhere to have that done, you'd be looking at several $100s minimum, plus doctor visits. And you also get the Omegarin, which is the omega fatty acids. You get the Flex Caps, which I'm sure we're gonna have some people share about when I ask for some testimonials. The Proflorin, which is a great probiotic. The great thing is that it seems a little simple, but it's very effective. And Marilyn has a niece in California who has really bad Crohn's, and the differences that the doctors have seen with her on the probiotic is pretty tremendous. She's going to write that up for us at some point. The Lights Out, I think it's like 80% of Americans struggle with sleep. So to get all of those products for the $150 is awesome. And really, it's what several of you said, with fall coming on, who is not interested in fighting off all those flu bugs that are coming, right? And all the stuff that's coming. So people are kind of thinking about, oh, here comes cold season, here comes flu season, and here we've got this great special to help them. So it's an awesome time. And then in addition to that, we have the silver incentive. So if you're silver, or if you promote beyond those levels, you get some great little Tiffany jewelry. But there's also a Fall Frenzy special that hasn't been announced yet. So you get the inside scoop today. And this will be happening September 1st through November 30th. You qualify each month, so you can do this in September, in October, and in November. And this is so for new independent consultants who started after March 1, so less than 6 months, you get a $50 bonus each of those 3 months, and all you need to do is have 500 in personal retail volume in the calendar month. So that is your sales and your new client sales and 1 new customer. And if you do that, you get a $50 bonus. Now for new independent consultants, that's the special. They actually can qualify for that one and the new one, and this one I'm about to tell you. For those of us who have been around a little longer than that, here is our special. And new people can get that one, the one I just told you about, and this new one. And that is, so if you have been around longer than 6 months, you can get a $150 bonus each month that you have 1,500 personal retail volume in a calendar month, and that you have 1 new customer in a calendar month. So the really great thing is with this My Vitamins RX, it's $150 retail volume, right? So when you sell one, you make $50 every time. But also, it's one of our continuity orders. So for the next 2 months, so if you sell 10 of the My Vitamins sets this month, the cool thing is you've already got 10 customers on Custom Essentials the next 2 months as you work towards that bonus. Plus 10 of those My Vitamins sets would have you at the 1,500 for this month. And you've probably already got volume anyway from existing customers. So that would probably put you over the 1,500. So as we all look kind of what our goals are for the month, you know, if you really want to shoot for that 10 this month, that sets you up in a great place to get your $150 bonus this month and they get your $150 bonus the next 2 months. So one of the tools that we really like to use is that short little YouTube video that we share. And Kathy Rockwood is recording her testimonial for me. We've used Elizabeth and Adele's the last 2 months. And so I know we wanted to have some new testimonials to share. We might tap you too, Carol. But so we're going to have a video by the end of the week for sure. That's that short little YouTube link. And hey, Crystal, can we just role play really quick a way to like ask people to take a look at that?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes. So I'm going to call you.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Crystal, it's Jamie. Do you have a quick minute?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Hey, I'm running too, but I've just been thinking about you, and I wanted to ask you, do you take vitamins?
Yeah, I do. Off and on, kind of.
Yeah? So do you feel like they're very effective for you, what you're taking right now?
No, I really don't feel like I see any real great change, but you know, you're supposed to take them, so I do.
Sure. Yeah, right. Well, what do you want them to do for you that they're not doing?
Well, I have 10 grandkids, and even this last weekend, they came over, and one of them got the flu, and ended up having throwing up all weekend. So that's a real issue, especially when the grandkids go back to school. Chuck and I noticed that we definitely worry about that.
Yeah. So helping stay well so that you don't spend time sick.
Exactly.
What else is important to you? Like what would you want to supplement for you?
Well, it would be really nice to be able to know that I was taking something that would maybe prevent diseases. You know,
Sure.
Chuck's cousin just got diagnosed with cancer a week and a half ago, and I just lost my best friend's girlfriend to cancer, and it just seems like it's all around, and so I worry about that. I'm trying to be at optimum health, you know, as much as you can with all the toxins that are in our food and products that we put on our body. Right.
I'm so sorry, Crystal, about Chuck's relative and about your friend's daughter, and it's like, you know, it's kind of concerning how important it is that we take care of our health.
Yes, very important.
Mm-hmm. You know, so I have a question for you. So I have these products that I've used that worked really well for me. They've given me more energy. They've definitely helped my immune system, and that kind of seems like one of the things you're caring about. Also, one of the things that makes them so different is that we actually customize the nutrition based on your metabolic functions. We do some lab panels and customize them for you. So when you talk about those diseases, that can make such a big difference. If I send you a short little link, it's like 5 minutes, would you take a quick listen? And then then we can chat afterwards and see if you're interested in finding out more.
Yeah, I'm always looking for, you know, some way to improve health with me and my husband and my whole family. You know, so yeah, I would do that.
So I'll send that to you. You can actually just like click it on your phone and listen to it. You can watch it if you want to, but you can even just click it and listen to it. It's about 5 minutes. And then, so if I send that today, what is today? Monday. When's a good time for us to chat? Like Wednesday or Thursday? What's the best time for you on those days?
Right after Chuck leaves. So about, I would say 7 o'clock, but why don't we round that? I have coffee and I'll get ready. So about 9:30ish.
Nobody's talking to me at 7 in the morning. Yeah. Okay.
I know.
Yeah. Hey, so Thursday at 9:30, I can give you a call. So I'll send that over right now, and then let's plan to talk Thursday at 9:30. So just, you know, write down any questions that you have, anything comes up, and then we'll talk some more on Thursday. Okay?
All right. Sounds great.
I appreciate you taking a look. I'll be really interested to see what you think.
Yeah, I'll let you know what I think.
All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks, Crystal. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Thank you, Crystal. So we have that written out, right? But basically, it's the same formula every time. Hey, I have a quick question for you. Yeah, I'm running to totally understand. Wanted to ask, do you currently take some kind of vitamins, supplements? And then you're just going to keep asking questions. So notice the first thing she brought up was kind of important to her, the flu, right? But when you keep asking questions, well, tell me more about that. Like, what else would you want it to do? Or why is that important to you? Or when you ask some more of those kind of questions, she got into the place where she was actually kind of emotional about it, right? Because she has some people who have recently had, really bad experiences with cancer, in particular in this case. But when you keep asking questions, that's often when people start to tell you either about what they're really concerned about their future, about some health thing that they're experiencing, about something their spouse is experiencing. And as you get to hear about that, then that's when you can move into relating what we have, because now you know their need, right? Hey, if I would you. So after you've asked them questions and you know their need and you've really gotten to the heart of it, if I would you. If I send you this quick link that might be something that could help you, right? So now you're going to tie it to whatever issues they have. And if you've asked enough questions and you're taking notes, that's what I usually do is I just write down the notes. Then I can look back at that and I can be like, you know, it looks like energy is important to you. And you'll have people you've heard testimonials often that work. You want to keep it pretty short in there, but some way to connect it to them. If I send you this short link that might be able to help you with having more energy, better immunity, and better long-term health, because we actually customize and it's worked for me, would you be willing to take a quick listen? Most people are going to say yes. Not everybody, but when you have asked them enough questions that you got to their need, and then when you tied it back to their need, then they're interested, because what you're offering is not to sell them something. You're offering them a potential solution for whatever they're concerned about, right? And I mean, sometimes in that questioning process, you might find out that they love what they're using. They're not interested. Hey, that's awesome. I love that you're using something you feel so good on. Thanks so much. Right? That might be the end of the conversation, but typically people are looking for something better. And we are the only company in the US that uses the functional in-home metabolic testing to create customized nutrition. There's no competition. And I think people are in such a testing kind of place that when you can say something like that, hey, yeah, I ran across this company. They're the only ones in the US that do in-home functional metabolic testing to create your customized nutrition. And for me, I've had more energy and I haven't been sick as much. If I send you a quick link, would you be willing to take a listen? Right? So then they say yes, then you set up the time, you set time to follow up. And as you know, we also have that typed out too, but when you follow up with them, you're going to say, what did you like best about what you heard? And you're just going to ask them questions again. Having this My Vitamin special, the great thing is that they get more than just the private test. They get several products to help them. So before we go into the other pieces of that, does anybody, like Carol Ann, would you tell us your experience with the Custom Essentials?
Sure. I found the Custom Essentials, oh my goodness, many years ago, and had major burnout, saw my naturopath. We were always trying everything. And this is when the company started getting popular. And she says, let's stop guessing. Let's just test you. She says, I can only help you so much. So then when I did the test, family history, as someone had mentioned, cancer. So I took supplements for years for that, detox. I didn't want to see that test. That test I passed with flying colors because I took care of it for 10 years. But the other two tests I totally flunked, which explained the exhaustion and the body aches and all that. But fast forward, started to feel much better. And my husband, who had chronic headaches all the time, who would never take a vitamin, I finally got him to do it. His headaches went away. He rarely gets headaches. So because I saw it so many years ago, I've seen people lower their blood pressure medicine, reduce their medicines. But one of the most amazing things that I could say personally is my formula has changed at least 3 times. Because my body must have changed, and I retested, and all of a sudden they needed a different formula. Then a couple of years later, I said, maybe I should test again, and my formula changed again. I might be time for another test. And I thought, where else would I know a supplement was really working, and where would you have concrete scientific results that says your biochemistry has changed? So that to me is one of the biggest selling points, because I have done a lot of kind of tests in life because I like these kind of things, but I still have never seen anything like this. But the test changing 3 different times, the results, and I can't wait to do it again because I know it's just moving my health forward every time.
That's awesome. I love the conviction in your voice. It's so clear that you really you've seen it, you've experienced it, and you've seen the benefits. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Does anybody else want to say anything about the customs or the flex caps, lights out?
Well, Jamie, there was something interesting that happened. I kind of hate to admit it, but I will. I'll be unique. Yeah, about a year ago, I kind of like stopped using them. I mean, I just didn't take them as faithfully as I should, and there was a lot of stress going on in my life and a lot of changes. And I was over 50, and so just a lot of things were changing. So I retested, and I was worse than I was the first time I tested. So I can't wait. In 2 more months now, it'll be almost 10 months, and I want to retest again because I know it will have changed. I mean, I believe that because of the way that I feel.
Right.
I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, my panels were not good at all, at all.
Well, and for me, when we upgraded the formulas from organic, now they're organic, they're vegan, they're all the things that we've upgraded. I was off of mine for 6 weeks. I just chose the wrong time to retest. And ma'am, I was like crying every day when the post people came and they did not bring my customs. I was like, when are they coming? And it was amazing to me, the difference in how the primes are a great supplement. I mean, if I were just to walk into a grocery store, I could look at the primes and they look good, they do look good. I mean, like Whole Foods, when I say grocery store, I mean, like if I were to look for a good supplement, the primes look good, but the difference in how I feel on the custom essentials show me, just like you both said, what a difference it makes when they're customized for me. My energy went way up. My weight's gone down the last couple months, just a little, but again, I think it's just from that. Was somebody to add something else?
I sleep better. That was one of the hugest things. And my anxiety, I was having anxiety, and sleeping and anxiety, and I think they just start snowballing with each other, and that's gone entirely away. So that's amazing. That's
awesome.
Oh, and Jamie?
Yes.
This is Carol Ann. I have a kind of a fun story about the Prime Essentials.
Yes.
I, had elderly parents, like mid-80s. And my mother was much more open to this kind of thing than my father. And my dad said to me one day, "What did you do to your mother?" I said, "Why?" He said, "She's running around the backyard." And I had put her on the Prime Essentials because I thought it was a lot to test them. So I put her on the Prime Essentials because I know, especially as we get older, but elderly, don't eat right and don't absorb. So my father, who would never took a vitamin in his life, I even had him on the Prime Essentials. And I swear kept them going for a lot of years. But my mother just couldn't keep her down.
That's wonderful. Yeah, the primes alone are a great supplement. And it's like we have that extra level of the customization. But yeah, we do hear people even have such big changes on the primes. That's so funny. She's running around the backyard.
Well, especially if someone's older and maybe they won't do a test, that there is an alternative. So
sure,
that's great. That's a great marketing tool right there.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody else want to add anything about the customs? How about the flex caps? Anybody on here wants to rave about the flex caps?
Well, I have my husband's best friend. He works not necessarily construction, but pretty physical job. And he's over 50, and he was, Terry was just, he just would come home, and just to get out of the chair after he got home, he just wanted to just sit there. Excuse me. And so I suggested that he take them, and he just couldn't believe the difference. He's like, he takes one in the morning, and then he takes one around noon. If he takes them too much after that, he says, then I really feel like I can keep going, and I really should be resting. But just the aches and pains, major back pain and elbow pain, shoulder pain from doing a lot of construction when he was younger. So Terry just loves them.
That's awesome. Marilyn's brother talks about, he works at Disneyland and he climbs to the top. He's like maintenance of some sort, and or safety of some sort, maybe safety. And he climbs to the top of one of the big wheels every day. And the difference it's made for his knees is huge. And he and his wife go to the same doctor. And the doctor had said with him, he was on the customs and the flex caps, his doctor said, you know, whatever you're doing, your wife needs to do too, which is pretty cool. And then there was a period of time where unfortunately we were short on our flex caps for a couple weeks. And he was like, he unfortunately was out for a little bit, and he was very upset because it made such a big difference for his knees. And he said, I am not going to tell anybody else about this if it means the company's going to run short. And then I was going to look, I met a lovely lady, Nikki, on the plane. I don't think she's on tonight. I think they have some family things happening. But we were talking, and she was talking about some joint things. So I sent her some flex cap samples. And from the flex caps, my phone's just coming up, she actually decided to come on board with us as a consultant. Oh, there we were. And I was just going to read you what she said. If I can find it. The flex caps are still awesome, by the way, and I like the customs too. No more leg cramps at night. And then before that, we talked on the phone. And she just told me what a difference it's made from a pain standpoint. But even things like not having leg cramps at night makes a huge difference in how someone can sleep. So I can't go far enough back for her whole thing with the flex caps. But we'll get some more of those out there and on the little video too, so that you can make that easy to share. So Elizabeth, what do you want to share with us tonight?
Great. So if you've been on one of the calls before, you've heard me talk about the custom essentials and how those helped with a stomach problem that I had for years, and the doctor just couldn't really find a solution for me, and those did. But I wanted to share a different training and story with you today, because the whole reason I love Bioseutica and decided to get involved was because they made a huge difference for me on an everyday personal level with my stomach. And I just remember thinking, I never knew this was out there. And if this made such a big difference for me, I could share this with other people. And that was really my intention. Like, I loved the fact that it helped, me with my body, but I just remember realizing like there's other people that I can help. And so that's sort of what I'm sharing today as well. So if people are on their video, you'll be able to, I was going to share something on my screen. If you're on your phone, you'll get the gist. But since I became pregnant, I thankfully did not have most pregnancy issues of nausea or anything like that. But one of the things that did change for me was I got a lot of pimples on my arms and my shoulders. And that was not anything I ever had before. I always had really clear skin. And it was just it was pretty like embarrassing. And because there was a lot of them, that was not something I was used to. And I kept asking my doctors, what can I do to please take care of this? Because I'm 1 month away from, giving birth. So it was pretty much all spring and summer when I'd be wearing short sleeves, or I like to work out. So I'd be wearing sleeveless. And it was just all I could think about is what my shoulders and down my arms looked like. And they would just tell me there's not really anything you can take because you have to stick with things that are all natural. And when that comes to acne medicine, there's just not very many options out there that are healthy to take, while you're pregnant. And I did not like that answer. I asked every doctor that I met with, and they all pretty much told me the same thing. So I started thinking to myself, so I'm going to share with you a picture from June that I had my husband take, because I said to him, I have to find a solution. I use these products that I love already with Bioseutica. Obviously, he knows all about it. And he uses a lot of them also. And I said, there has to be something that I can take here that is going to help me make a difference. So if you can see my screen, that is a picture of my arms, which is even hard for me to share because this is a little bit embarrassing for me. But you can see it was all down like almost to my elbows. And then if you could have seen across my back, it would have been the same thing, and same thing on my other side. And okay, whoops. And so what I started using was like twice a week in the shower. I would use the jade clay scrub, and I would use that to exfoliate. And then if I had something new or something large, sort of like we do spot treatments on our face with the jade clay acid mask, I would put that on and leave it overnight. And then in the morning, take it off, obviously. And then after a few months, so I had this going on for several months, so I knew it wasn't going to go away. My doctors told me until well after I gave birth or stopped breastfeeding. And then this is what it looks like now. Sorry.
Oh my
goodness. You can see that it's cleared up. I was not very good at not picking them, so I do have, some marks that are left behind, but they're just marks. There's more scars than anything, so not anything that so what I will be using now on a very frequent basis is the combination of the lotion and the treatment oil, because this has vitamin E in it, which everything that I was finding talked about using that to reduce scar if you have any kind of scarring. So that'll be my next regimen. But keeping up with the scrub once or twice a week on my arms has been what's kept it away. I did stop for about a month just to see if it came back, and it did. So I started right back up again very quickly. So it was, much quicker to get healed. But I just wanted to share that with, obviously my own experience, but some of the trainings, when we talk about those masks, everyone always thinks of your face, which is what I also use them for. But I had just found a new use for them. And for me, it made a really big difference. I guess for me personally, that was just something that I wasn't used to. And it was a little bit hard for pregnancy to just have this. I just couldn't really get away from the uncomfortableness of that. And so I loved that I had some healthy products that I could use that helped me find a solution. So I just wanted to share that. Again, kind of like with the whole reason that I got involved from the beginning was because if it helped me, maybe it could help someone else who has some acne issues or skin issues or something like that. So that is our training.
That's awesome. Well, and it's, I love Bioceuticals Focus, help outside in, inside out, because it really is true. Like you said, that really affected how you felt. And it's summer and you're pregnant, so you're hot. So you're not going to cover your arms up, But there are so many people who are feeling uncomfortable, and that mask is so fabulous for on the face acne and for elsewhere on the body, which I hadn't thought of. But I have a 15-year-old son, and I can tell when he uses the mask and when he doesn't, and it's awesome to be able to have a product that is not something that compromises his health that can help him with the breakout. Nice.
Hey, Jamie.
Yes.
When I got stung by that bee on Saturday,
yeah.
So Saturday night, I took and put it on the bee sting. I think if I hadn't, even though it was stung at the temple by a wasp right underneath where my glasses go across, it went. I'm so allergic that it went across, and it looks like somebody punched me in the eye. I think my eye would have been completely swollen and black and blue. So every evening I put the jade clay on it. Chuck was like, that is such a great idea to suck out the poisons.
Mm-hmm.
I think my eye would have been swollen shut. And I got stung at the temple, and it was affecting below my eye.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. That's
Crazy.
Such a good idea. Such a good idea.
Can Elizabeth can you put those pictures on Starfish Success? Because my daughter is a midwife in Texas. And I bet you they have problems with acne in Texas because it's so hot.
I'll crop out my face and send those right over. No, just kidding.
It would be awesome if you could. We could add them to the before and afters on Starfish. But you can do, you can crop off the neck if you want.
Yeah, cut it off at the neck. Yeah, you don't have to.
So Anybody else who wants to chip in anything? I want to have Elizabeth share one more thing with us, and then if there's anything, any questions or anything else anybody wants to chip in on, we do have some other incentives coming. I just don't have all the details yet. So as those come out, we'll let you know. We do, of course, have our we'll have our monthly training, and then we will start those 16 minutes to success back up. But it's probably going to be closer towards the end of the month, and then we'll do those weekly, and they're just our 16-minute trainings, and they're quick, and those are a little more of a quick training, and then we kind of tend to do some role playing. So as you guys think about it,
what day that's going to be?
I'll get all that information out. Yeah. So if there's anything else, think about if there's anything else you want to bring up. But I'd love to have Elizabeth also share as you guys think about what you might want to add in before we end the recording. Elizabeth, would you tell us about your doctor, how you stayed on the customs during the pregnancy, and how your test results came back?
Yes. Yes, right in the beginning, they test you, they take all your blood. So I went in for my appointment for that, which was in February. And they said, we're going to just test all your levels. And one of the things that you should definitely just start taking now, I live in Michigan, so it was cold and not sunny, is your vitamin D. So, she told me how much I should be taking. And I said, I will start taking vitamin D supplements if you really want me to, because you're my doctor and you're telling me to do this, but I take these very specific vitamins that, I've been tested for. And so I really think my vitamin D levels and most of my levels are going to come back okay. But I'll start taking them. And she said, start taking vitamin D anyway. And then when you come back next month, we'll go over your test results. Once again, my husband was in the room, and he takes the customs as well. So he's like very on board, but he saw my face being like, we'll see what these test results come back and say. So when I went back, she was going over them, and she said, your vitamin D levels are perfectly in line with where they should be. And I have never seen that before. We're in Michigan and it's February. So you can stop taking the extra supplement that I gave you, or, told you to take. And it was just reaffirming. I obviously already believe in what we do. And, but it's great to hear it from a doctor as well, say, wow, you haven't, they don't usually see that. And that's the second time I've had that for vitamin D. I had the same experience not being pregnant, but about 3 years ago, I had to get some blood work done and some iron levels checked. And they said the same thing. They couldn't believe that my vitamin D was where it was, so in check. But again, it was because I'd been on the customs. So, yeah.
And you've been on like 3.5, 4 years, right? Something like that, like quite a while.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the other thing's important. I hope you guys can still hear me. Okay, they'll probably notice some shifts in energy, better sleep, more stamina right away. But then you have to remember that for all the time that you've been coming in itself all the way back around. And so a lot of times the testimonials we hear of people who, see blood pressure go down or change medicines or do those kind of things, you're looking at 3 months, 6 months, 9 months before those kind of changes start to happen. And I know, Elizabeth, you'd said that your doctor had said that all your other levels were totally fine too, because they typically kind of want you to get on a prenatal. And Elizabeth wanted to stay on what she was on. Do you want to add anything else about that, Elizabeth?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, does anybody thank you, Elizabeth. Anybody have anything else that they want to add, or questions you want to ask, or anything else we should bring up for our monthly shebang? I know a lot of people are kind of off doing stuff tonight, but thank you. Thank you to everyone who was on. I know life is busy, so thank you for hopping on, and we've got some really exciting things ahead. Any questions? Anything else anybody wants to add? Everybody's unmuted if they want to be.
Now, Jamie, where are the recordings located?
Yeah, so the recording that we send out to share with people, like the 5-minute one, or the recording from this? Do you mean
both.
like tonight's recording, or do you mean like the about sending out?
Both the
Yeah,
tonight and the shorter version that they did.
Yeah, so usually I send those out via email. They are often also posted on, we have starfishsuccess.com is our kind of teen training site, but it's for anyone. So everyone's welcome to, and if you've got a tool like I don't have posted out there, please send it to me and I'll put it out there so that everyone can be benefiting from all the tools we have. So that's starfishsuccess.com. Starfish and then SUCCESS.com. And then also we have our Starfish Success team page on Facebook, and that's where the recordings are typically posted. That's kind of a newer tool we've been using. Yeah, and you can always text me if you can't find something. But both on the blog portion of the starfishsuccess.com, I haven't posted in there as well as I should have this summer, but I will be. And then and then on the other two. So, and if anybody, if you can't find something, you guys just message me and I'll send it your way. But I will send out an email with this recording and also with the script attached for sharing for this month's special.
Great.
Awesome. Any other things anybody wants to add? Carolyn, thank you so much for being on with us tonight.
No.
And Carolyn, I don't have your,
thank you.
I don't have your phone number in my phone for some reason. So maybe you could message me through Facebook so I could have that.
Oh, sure. Okay.
That'd be great. Well, thank you all so much for being on. I hope that you will set your goals and we can talk about, message me, message your mentor. We can brainstorm. It's really a consistent kind of thing. And it really comes down to, it's a numbers game, sharing with a certain amount of people. But right now is kind of a wide open field because people are thinking about health. And we have this special for $150 to get all of those things is pretty tremendous. And the other great thing is people are going to notice a difference. And Crystal had, with one person she sold a private test to in July, she had 11 referrals because remember, as our newsletter brings up, when she and I were role playing, she's always so good about that. She brought up her family. So she's great about talking to people, and we have the training that she did, but she's great about saying, hey, and just so you know, if you share this with your family, for every 3 people who purchase the private test, which would be included in this My Vitamin special, that counts as purchasing a private test, you'll get a free month of your custom essentials. And then she talks person and tells them the same thing. So you could really grow your market off of just a few people getting this My Vitamin set. So it's an exciting time. Make your list and we will get that video out that you can start sharing with people, hopefully by Friday, if not much sooner. So I know Kathy's making that testimonial recording, which would be great to have on there. And Caroline, I'd love to have you do that too. So maybe message me. We can talk about that. Anything else? Anybody? Have a great September. We will be talking soon. Let's go get those bonuses. Yeah. So if you're a new consultant, you can get 200 in bonuses this month. And if you're an existing consultant, 150 on top of our 30% commission and our $75 bonus. So if you hit that 1,500, you're making 500 in retail commission. You're making a $75 bonus and a $150 bonus. So you're making, help me do the math, $725 is right on 1,500. Right? Is that right? $725 on $1,500 in sales? That's almost 50%. And those are continuity orders that'll happen next month. So, all right, message me or message your mentor. Let's brainstorm and let's help some people have the kind of results that you guys shared.
Thanks,
Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
You guys. Thank you. Bye.